When we talk about marriage, our minds usually jump straight to love and romance. But underneath all that, there are some pretty powerful financial and social structures at work. So in this explainer, we're going to dig into three really different ways of thinking about what a marriage actually is. Is it a protective contract, a traditional gift, or is it something else entirely? Something like a braid. So let's just start with that huge question right there. What is marriage really for? I mean, at its core, is it a financial agreement designed to protect assets? Is it a family tradition, a cultural ritual to join two families together? Or could there be another way to see it? Let's dive in. Okay, so to get our bearings, let's start with a couple of frameworks that you're probably already familiar with. These are some of the most common ways different cultures have handled the money side of marriage for a long, long time. First up, the prenup. Right. This is a straight-up legal contract. It's signed by the two individuals who are getting married. You can think of it like setting the financial ground rules before the game even starts, just in case things don't work out. The whole point here is to protect the financial rights of the spouses themselves. And then you've got the dowry, which honestly is a completely different beast. See, this isn't a contract between the couple. It's a transfer of wealth. We're talking money, property, goods that goes from the bride's family to the groom's family or to the new couple. This has nothing to do with individual protection. It's all about a traditional cultural exchange between two entire families. So let's just put them side by side so you can really see the difference. A prenup, it's a legal contract, it's between the two spouses, and its main purpose is financial protection. A dowry, on the other hand, is a cultural gift or payment. It's usually between families, and it's all about custom and transferring wealth. Totally different philosophies at play here. All right, now that we've got that groundwork laid, let's do a hard pivot. I want you to forget about one-way payments, forget about simple protective contracts. Let's explore a completely different philosophy of what a union can be. This one sentence right here really gets to the core of the Arreqqana philosophy of marriage. No one is purchased, threads are joined. Wow. I mean, that's a total rejection of any kind of transactional idea, right? The whole metaphor shifts from owning property to creating something beautiful and new. And this whole philosophy gets formalized in something they call the Kasorra Covenant, which translates to the braided thread agreement. And notice this, it's both spiritual and legal. So yeah, it covers all the practical stuff like property, responsibilities, inheritance, but it's framed as this sacred act of two life threads being braided together, and it's all recorded by temple scribes. So you're probably wondering, how does this whole braiding thing actually work in practice? Well, instead of that single one-way dowry we talked about, the entire process is built on mutual, ceremonial exchanges. It's like a three-part harmony of giving that happens over time. And here's how that process builds on itself. It starts with what are called thread gifts. These are really personal, symbolic items that are exchanged just between the couple. Then you have the house offerings, where both families chip in to help build the new household together. And finally, and I think this is so cool, there are future gifts, which are basically promises of future support. It completely changes the view of marriage from a one-time deal to this ongoing creative project you build together. And that idea of an ongoing project leads us straight into another really core concept. For the Arreqqana, marriage isn't just a single event, like the wedding day. It's a gradual, multi-phase journey of two lives slowly weaving themselves together. Just look at this timeline. It shows that journey so well. It all starts with phase 1, the seeing, which is just that spark of mutual curiosity. As time goes on, that deepens into phase 4, the braiding, which is when their daily lives actually start to integrate. And get this, the formal contract, the covenant, doesn't even get drafted until phase 7. And the ceremony is way down the line at phase 9. The marriage itself, the living union, is the final, ongoing phase. The braid just keeps evolving. And this braid metaphor, it runs so deep, it even changes how they see separation. A divorce isn't viewed as a failure. Instead, it's called a release of the thread. It's this really respectful acknowledgement that the two lives just aren't flowing together naturally anymore, and the whole process is about carefully, respectfully unbraiding them. Okay, so what's the big takeaway here? When you really put these different systems side by side, what you're seeing are two fundamentally different worldviews of what a marriage is even supposed to be. So here's the contrast in a nutshell. The dowry system is usually about a transaction for the marriage, a one-sided transfer of property that already exists. But the Arreqqana system? It's all about contributions to build a marriage. It's a mutual, symbolic act that's focused on creating a shared future, not just moving around assets from the past. And maybe this is the most powerful idea in the entire Arreqqana philosophy. Marriage is not a chain. It is a braid, strong because each strand remains itself. What a compelling vision, right? A union that gets its strength from both the connection and the individuality of the people in it. So this brings us full circle, looking at these really different models, the protective contract, the traditional gift, the creative braid. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you were the one designing the framework for a union today, what would you choose to prioritize? Would it be protection, tradition, or this idea of braiding threads?